John Tomasi, NBC Sports Boston, here with Red Sox Hall of Famer David Ortiz. David, you're here on behalf of the Eternal Health Community Champions Program. Just tell me a little bit about that and why it's important to you.
Well, first of all, we would like to recognize healthcare worker, people that have been involved on making sure that the health care makes it different, and people that somehow, some way have helped us to spread the word out, and let people know what we are all about here at Eternal Health. So that's what we're going to celebrate today.
Yeah, so we're talking doctors, nurses, all the people who help everyone stay healthy.
Even the people that are out there, selling the insurance to people, making sure that people understand how good we are when it comes down to healthcare, and that's what we on this event are trying to recognize.
Yeah, and there's a cool giveaway for you tonight, or for the award, I should say, for the people who are earning this, and it's a statue of you.
They're gonna have me at their home, looking all good. That was the idea, but the reality is, I'm so attached to Eternal Health that, and I know people probably tired of seeing me promoting Eternal Health, but reality is reality. I mean, the opportunity that Eternal Health is trying to bring to people is something that nobody had done it before. So we want to emphasize, we want to make sure that people know our product so they can follow up.
Nobody would ever get sick of hearing you talk about anything. You know that in Boston. So we're gonna switch gears and we're gonna do some baseball questions. So I think the obvious place to start is this past weekend. Mookie Betts comes back to Boston, your former teammate, has a great series for the Dodgers, gets a warm welcome from the fans. How hard was it for you to watch him in a uniform that didn't say Red Sox on it?
Well, it is what it is, man. I'm pretty sure that the Red Sox understand, the importance of keeping player his caliber. And the closest thing that I can tell you is, Mookie went away. They missed the opportunity of signing him for any particular reason that I don't really know. But they don't want to make the same mistake with Rafael. You know what I'm saying? That's why they went in and agreed on things with Rafi. Mookie is the type of player that, to me, he's the full package. To me, Mookie had the personality, had the leadership, tremendous athlete, someone that basically his first step were under my wings. And what I'm seeing coming out of Mookie right now is not surprising to me. I was expecting that since day one because he worked extremely hard. He got this incredible discipline. I mean, since he was, since he first came in the big league, he showed what he was going to be, and I'm very happy for him, his family, everyone that had to do something with his career, because the kid is just sensational. I mean, he's on another level.
I remember your last year talking to you, 2016, and you looked around the clubhouse and you pointed at Mookie and Xander and you said, these kids have it. We're in good hands. The Red Sox are in good hands going forward. How hard is it for you to see a team that doesn't have either of those guys? And can you understand why fans say, geez, these are our guys. Why aren't they here anymore?
You know what? It's business. It's business. I mean, like I say, let's not forget that organizations, they normally has a payroll where, as much as you would like to have a player like Mookie, player like Ohtani, player like the best player out there, you cannot have it all at once because of the payroll. I mean, once you pass the limit, you know how it goes down. So I think moving forward, we have learned our lesson. We as an organization, we're not going to take things for granted because we know what it takes to get a good player. And and good players are needed. So on my last season playing, I know that the organization was in good hands because the squad that was there, young talented player that got the memo from guys like myself and some others that were there when they first stepped into the clubhouse. And what I say, it didn't take too long to take place because 2 years later, we won the World Series. You know what I'm saying? And what they were trying to put together was there. I mean, you're not going to win the World Series every year. You're not going to have a great year every year. You're going to try. You're going to try. I think the team that we have right now, if we don't go through all those injuries that we have been through, I think we would have been in a better shape, without a doubt. But it is what it is. You can really dictate an injury before it happens. You know what I'm saying? Injury happen. Those are part of the game, and it is what it is. But we got good momentum going on right now. Hopefully, the guys in the next 5 weeks put it together and continue winning, and we'll see what happens for the playoff.
You mentioned you think the Red Sox have learned their lesson and how you need good players. Your whole career here, superstar players, you, Manny, Pedro, Nomar, Mookie, I mean, you go down the list, Beckett. Why do you think those players are so particularly important to Boston, and why do you think fans connect with those kind of players here?
Well, during the decades that I played, we got people used to winning. It's hard to walk away from that. It's hard to walk away from having fun. It's hard to walk away from having a group of 25 studs out there just ready to let the skin on the field for you. That's how you build your fans base. That's how you build what we got going on, sold out here at this stadium every day while I play. You know, you don't want to walk away from that because the fans here, they went through. The fans here went through a time that it was tough for about 86 years. And then all of a sudden, the front office, the owner, Mr. Young Henry, and the rest of the people that work here in this organization figured out how we can win, putting the pieces together, winning 4 World Series in 2 decades. That's pretty dang good, you know, and people don't want to walk away from that. I mean, the last time we won a World Series was 2018. And for fans like the one that we have built, 5 years is already a crazy time. So, got to find a way to go back into that track and start winning again.
Yeah, so when you look at the direction of the team now, how do you feel about it? They're obviously doing it in a very different way than when you were here. When you were here, it was superstars, it was big contracts and free agency. Now it's farm system, now it's younger, now it's trying to maybe go the Tampa model a little bit. How do you feel about the direction? Are you confident?
I think it's good. I think it's good because the game has changed. If you compare the game to my days playing, it's a whole totally different game. You know, I think we have an incredible talent out there. I think everybody's trying to stay young. I think everybody is trying to do a Tampa way, which I like the Tampa way, the way they function during the regular season or whatever. But it haven't worked for them during the playoff. Like every year they're in the playoff. Every year, they dominate the division. It's been happening. Since way before I retired, but with no result. My result is winning it all. So even with the perfection that they got going on, still something missing.
Yeah, what kind of players do you need to win it all?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So everybody wanna act like that. Be careful, because you probably have the key that they don't have. You know what I'm saying? And you need to figure that out. They have great pitching. They have one of the best pitchers in the game, which is what's the name of the kid? Gus. The number 1 starter. What's his name?
Well, I mean, McClanahan's out, but are we talking about Tampa or
Tampa?
Yeah.
Gassman.
Oh, well, he was elsewhere. Anyway, go on. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So they have the material. They need to execute it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest issue. I want to dominate during the regular season, yes, so I can be in the playoff. But I also want to dominate during the playoff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want all those sacrifice and all those good momentum during the regular season to disappear once the short time shows up. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how they play it out, because it's very obvious that they have been dominating this division big time this year. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. And teams and organizations nowadays, they are going young. They are going with guys from the farm. A lot of teams have won with a guy from the farm. Look at the Houston Astros.
Mm-hmm.
That is an organization that I will copy,
Yeah.
based on what they're doing, because they know how to figure it out during the regular season, and they know how to figure it out during the playoff.
Yeah, because they went and spent on Justin
That's
Verlander and whoever else they needed.
That's right.
So when you look at the Red Sox, there's one obvious superstar player. That's Rafa. You mentioned him earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give him? It seems like he's been struggling a little bit mentally this year. You know, you see him, he makes an error. He's got his head in his hands. How do you keep him positive, and how do you keep him from not letting the contract sort of get into his head?
Well, Rafael, he is very young. You know, he's the type of player that it's gonna take him more time to know what his role is. He's a guy that like to go out there and have fun and destroy baseball, without a doubt. And he's working extremely hard to be one of the best. But I think, you know, he's what, 25, 26 right now?
26, yeah.
So when I was 26, that was when I first come in. I still, you know, I was still trying to figure out how things work around here. And it took me a couple of years to get there. But once I got there, I embraced it, and I basically tried to, you know, just navigate through it. I think it's gonna be the same thing with him. You know, remember, he doesn't have the personality that I had. You know,
Who does?
I'm open to deal with whatever. He's more shy than what I am, so that's the only reason why I think it'll take him a minute. But in the other hands, he's doing what it takes to put good season together to help this ball club, you know, to be better. And, you know, in the clubhouse, they do what they have to do.
Just a couple more. So I want to ask you, Red Sox are building with young players. I just want to ask your thoughts. I'll give you 3 names and just tell me what you think, your impressions. So Brian Bayo, what do you like about Bayo?
Bayo, he's very challenging. There's a few things that he has that basically remind me of Pedro. And he throws his fastball, which is a good thing. And he uses it. He knows how to use it. So I'm pretty sure that at some point he's going to begin to be the ace here.
How about Tristan Casas, another big left-handed hitter?
He seems like he's getting it. You know, he's in the learning process. I know he played with a little chip on his shoulder, which is good. That's the way you should be. He got the talent. You know, I like the way he approached the game since day one, since the first year I saw him. You know, but the one thing that he got to keep in mind is that as a power hitter, as a first baseman, they're gonna treat him different than what they treat everybody else. So when I was in his situation or position, I tried to engage myself to think differently than everybody else, because I know that my treatment was different. And once you learn how to play with it, then you take things to the next level.
Last guy, young kid who struggled a lot but figured it out this year, Jarren Duran.
Duran, he unfortunately, you know, he going through the injury, which is as a young player, sometimes it's hard for you to understand how to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And like I have this conversation, 2-minute conversation with him the other day, and I saw him that he feel like he let us down based on his injury, and I basically told him, hey, look, don't worry, you know, things happens, things that you can't control, you know, everybody knows that you don't want to, you know, be injured. Everybody was having fun watching you out there, and you're going to be back. You're going to be back next year, whenever the time comes, and everything that you do is an experience. This kid is very talented. I mean, I like his mentality. I like his approach. You know, I know he's still in the learning process, but in my book, he's a stud.
You should tell him to find video of you hitting home run with a broken wrist in Minnesota. That was your young injury.
Yeah, I did it once, but do not do it at home. Don't do that at home.
All right, here, speaking of home runs, here's the last question. You are not allowed to say zero. I saw you taking some BP. You're still hitting rockets. If you stepped into the lineup today, how many home runs would David Ortiz hit? Age 47, I don't care. How many would you hit right now?
Man, listen. I don't think I will even hit a foul ball right now. Hey, listen, as you get older, man, that's walk away. That's walk away from you. That doesn't stay with you. In your mind, you will think that you can get it done, you know, but in real life, when you're facing this kid out there and you haven't seen anything fast by you but a car, it just, you know, but who knows? I mean, I probably can foul one up.
You'd run into one. You'd at least run into one, I think. So
probably.
All right. Well, David, thank you for the time.
My pleasure.
Very much
man.
appreciate it.
Take it easy.